Good day, everyone, and welcome to Daily Immigration News brought to you by the Immigration Talk Show. I'm your host, Napasa, and today we have a jam-packed segment on the latest happenings in immigration across the globe. From the latest crackdown in the US to new initiatives in Canada, there's a lot to cover, so let's dive straight into today's headlines. 104 Indian migrants deported from US land in Amritsar amid crackdown. Despite US crackdown, Dunki route still thrives as Indians seek illegal entry. US deports 104 Indians on military flight. What happens next? Trump pauses tariffs, but trade war fears loom over food and drinks industry. Canada unveils 2 new PR pathways to attract skilled workers and boost rural growth. Canada can cancel your visitor visa even if it's approved. Here's why. Over 55% of international students in Canada struggle with housing. New survey reveals. Ghanaian TikToker Bekonaldo detained for 6 hours at US border after accidental Canada entry. We'll break these down for you and explore what this means for immigrants, travelers, and the global movement of people. Stay tuned as we dive into the latest developments. Let's get started. First, we have 104 Indian migrants deported from US land in Amritsar amid crackdown. A US military C-17 aircraft carrying 104 deported Indian migrants landed at Amritsar's Sri Guru Ram Das Ji International Airport at 1:55 p.m. on Wednesday. This marks the first large-scale deportation to India under President Donald Trump's strict immigration policies. The deportees originating from Punjab, Haryana, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh and Chandigarh underwent document verification and medical examinations upon arrival. State governments have arranged transportation with special buses and security personnel deployed to escort them home. While those from Maharashtra and Gujarat will travel by air, others will be transported by road. This move comes as the US continues to intensify deportations of illegal immigrants previously using military aircraft for removals to Guatemala, Peru, and Honduras. India's Ministry of External Affairs reaffirmed its stance against illegal immigration, citing concerns over its links to organized crime. This next news update is about despite US crackdown, Dunki route still thrives as Indians seek illegal entry. Yes, despite intensified deportations under President Donald Trump, illegal migration from India to the US continues, with many still risking the dangerous Dunki route. A US military aircraft carrying over 200 deported Indian migrants is set to land in Amritsar today as the US ramps up efforts to remove undocumented individuals. However, reports suggest that the demand for illegal passage remains high, particularly in Punjab and Haryana, where aspiring migrants turn to unauthorized travel agents. The Dunki route, highlighted by the Bollywood film, sees individuals smuggled through South America and Mexico into the US. Others attempt entry via Canada or the perilous sea route through the Bahamas. Despite the dangers, including fatal crossings and the risk of deportation, the lure of the American dream continues to drive thousands toward these high-risk journeys. US Customs and Border Protection data shows that between October 2020 and August 2024, over 175,000 Indians were apprehended at the US-Mexico and US-Canada borders. Next up, we have US deports 104 Indians on military flight. What happens next? A US military C-17 aircraft carrying 104 deported Indian nationals, including 25 women and 12 minors, landed in Amritsar today. The deportees, primarily from Gujarat, Haryana, and Punjab, were returned as part of President Donald Trump's intensified crackdown on illegal immigration. This marks the first time the US has used military aircraft to deport Indian nationals. Upon arrival, the deportees will be debriefed by Indian authorities to determine their backgrounds and the networks that facilitated their illegal entry into the US. With over 725,000 undocumented Indians in the US and plans to deport at least 18,000 more, India is cooperating to prevent disruptions to legal migration channels. Next, we have Trump pauses tariffs, but trade wars fears loom over food and drinks industry. President Trump has temporarily paused the planned 25% tariffs on Canadian and Mexican imports following agreements on tighter border security. However, a 10% tariff on Chinese imports has been enforced, prompting retaliation from Beijing. Trade tensions remain high, with Trump also threatening tariffs on the European Union. Experts warn that prolonged trade disputes could disrupt supply chains, drive up food prices, and push countries like Canada and Mexico to rethink their reliance on US trade. Meanwhile, major companies are already adjusting strategies, with some accelerating shipments or shifting production to the US to migrate risk. Next, we have Canada unveils 2 new permanent residency pathways to attract skilled workers and boost rural growth. Canada has launched 2 new immigration pilot programs: Rural Community Immigration Pilot, RCIP, and Francophone Community Immigration Pilot, that is FCIP, to address labor shortages and boost rural development. Immigration Minister Mark Miller announced that these initiatives aim to bring skilled workers to small towns and strengthen French-speaking minority communities outside Quebec. Under RCIP, 18 communities across Canada will welcome new immigrants, while FCIP will help expand Francophone populations. The programs will be managed by local economic organizations, linking applicants with job opportunities leading to permanent residency. Application details are expected soon. Next, we have Canada can cancel your visitor visa even if it's approved. And here's why. Did you know Canada can cancel a valid visitor visa even after it's being issued? Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada (IRCC) warns that visas may be revoked before travel or at the port of entry if border officers find a reason to deny entry. Common reasons include misrepresentation, a criminal record, past immigration violations, lack of financial proof, or an unclear travel purpose. Since November 2024, Canada no longer grants automatic 10-year multiple entry visas. Each case is assessed individually. Immigration experts advise travelers to provide honest information and ensure they meet all eligibility requirements to avoid last-minute visa cancellations. Over 55% of international students in Canada struggle with housing, new survey reveals. A new survey by Thomson Rivers University (TRU) highlights the growing challenges international students face in Canada. Over 55% struggle to find housing, with many reporting racial discrimination in the rental market. Financial struggles are also widespread, with 1/3 of students lacking sufficient funds or feeling financially uncertain. While reports of on-campus racism have declined, students still face discrimination when searching for jobs and housing. With Canada reducing international student admissions by 35% in 2024 and an additional 10% in 2025, uncertainty looms for those hoping to stay post-graduation. The changing immigration policies, coupled with a decline in public support for immigration, make the future uncertain for thousands of foreign students in Canada. Ghanaian TikToker Bekonaldo detained for 6 hours at US border after accidental Canada entry. Popular Ghanaian TikToker Bekonaldo faced a 6-hour interrogation by US immigration officials after accidentally crossing into Canada from Buffalo, New York. He had been searching for a place to wait before meeting a client when his GPS unknowingly led him across the border. Upon attempting to re-enter the US without his passport, officers grilled him about his immigration status, making him fear deportation. While he was eventually allowed back in, Beconaldo warned fellow Ghanaians in the US to always carry proper documentation. His experience comes amid stricter immigration policies under President Donald Trump's administration. Thank you so much for joining us today on Daily Immigration News. It's been a pleasure bringing you the most important immigration updates. If you found this episode helpful, don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss any of our upcoming episodes. Stay safe, and we'll catch you again next time. Until then, take care.